We've got a guest. He's backstage. It's been a while since we had a guest. Would you like to talk to our wonderful first-time guest?
First timer.
Yeah, long-time listener, first-time guest.
That's right.
View from the other bench.
And View from the Other Bench is presented by Waterworks Pools and Spas, providing Atlantic Canadians with custom in-ground pools, spas, service, and supplies since 1986. If you're looking for a new spa service or maintenance by their trained technicians, or getting your pool from green to clear, go see them at 194 Killam Drive in Moncton, or call them at 506-859-1980. Like we said, we're heading to the island this weekend, and yeah, we can talk about games, but why not bring on a first-time guest? He is the play-by-play voice of the Summerside Capitals, as well the Charlottetown Islanders, making his debut, giving us some insight for Friday night. Luke Mutch. Luke, how are you tonight?
Doing good, fellas. Doing good. Thank you so much for having me on, and I love to see the Blue Jays gear.
We couldn't do it. I don't think I've taken it off since since Monday night.
It, didn't you?
Let's not put too many secrets out there, folks. It's but yeah, it's she's not being washed for a bit now. We're gonna let it ride for the next week or two.
See, it's only weird if it doesn't work, right? All the superstitions are only weird if they don't work. How are you recovering? Did you watch the game last night? Did you enjoy it? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that was an awesome game. I think that Springer home run might have topped Joey Bats from back in the day. I mean, that was awesome. And to see them back in the World Series, I mean, against a tough team, but I mean, I think everybody on Canada is pulling for them.
Yeah, it's you look at the Yankees, look at the Dodgers. I mean, two teams that have probably the highest payrolls in all of baseball. And we've already slayed one dragon. Let's just go out and get the other one. And I know the Dodgers manager. I can't remember what he said the other day, but let's go ruin baseball. I mean, look, if anyone were to ruin baseball, it'd be I'm not going to say a small market team like the Jays, but a team that just they're not a team that goes out and gets big name superstars, right? It's if there's a team to ruin baseball, it's the Jays. It's almost like David versus Goliath when it comes to payroll, and I think character-wise, I think they got the team to do it.
Yeah, up and down the lineup, it's not just two guys they got to shut down. Or these two teams, they both got exceptional depth, which leads into the two teams on Friday that have great depth. I guess just my first question for you. We've been to a few Isles games up in the box, watched many, had Corey Arsenault on here a few times, and I was surprised to see that you were calling games for the Islanders. Nothing against you, but I guess just how did that happen, and how's it been, getting to call games, for the Islanders with someone like George Matthews, who's done it for so long?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I got into it. Just weird enough is they used to have Robbie Doherty as the third guy in on the broadcast. So he couldn't make it for one of the games. This was 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago now. I can't remember, but he couldn't make it. And he called me up and he heard some of my stuff. I was doing U18 at the time. I was with the Charlottetown Knights. Mm-hmm. So I got the call up from him. And it just kind of all worked out from there. I did a game for him, and now he's off doing the Grand Slam of curling with Sportsnet, actually. So he's really kind of launched himself in his career. So, and I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, all the credit to him. He loves curling, and he's a really good curler himself too. But he'd never tell you that. He was in the Olympic qualifier for Team Canada. Oh, wow. So a little shout out to him. But yeah, ever since then, I've just kind of kept growing and adding some games. And George has been good enough to give me a few more games. And now I'll be just under half the games this year. I think maybe around 30, 31-ish. So do some play-by-play, and then whenever Corey can't make it, I do some color as well.
So George went from Charlottetown to Columbus. Rob went from Charlottetown to doing Sportsnet. Where are you going next? Where are you going next year?
That's a good question.
Some Jays radio games or what?
I'll see if Robbie can get me up into the booth. Maybe I'll do the Blue Jays. They seem to be doing okay. But
yeah, they're not doing too bad.
Yeah, I mean, let's kind of get into the hockey talk here, but speaking of the Islanders, I'm old enough to remember when Adam. This is more of a story for you. When Mr. Irving arranged to have a banner raised at the Coliseum when the Wildcats were first in the CHL rankings for the first time in their franchise history.
No.
Yeah. But here we are
Somebody find that banner.
Yeah. Here we are week 5 of the Q, and the Islanders are ranked 6th in the CHL rankings. Like, what's the vibe around the team like this year? And do you have a sense that they're kind of feeding off that national recognition?
Yeah, they definitely are. I'm around the same age as all the guys on the team. I joke with them that I might come and back up as a 20-year-old for them for a game, which kind of scares them a little bit. But no, we have a few university classes together. We actually had one today, and after we were all just talking about it, and they know
twice.
They know about.
That's twice now. We had Seth Hyde from Newfoundland, and he's on there, and he's just talking about, vibes in the room and this, and I actually go to high school with some of the guys. So that's 2 play-by-play guys we've had that go to school with the players. It's awesome to see. Sorry to catch you off.
No, all good. Seth's a great guy. I ended up doing the Canada Games with him over in Newfoundland this summer. I got to meet him and Brian Rogers over there, but they're both great. Seth's a pro's pro, and he's 2 years younger than me, but which is kind of silly to say, but yeah, they know about the recognition, and I think that now that's kind of almost got them excited. Like they don't take any games off, but they kind of almost add on more. Like they want to keep going. This is the first time since 2022. A few of the guys told me today that there's a rumor going around that they weren't even ranked this high in 2022 whenever they went to the finals for the Q. So it's a little bit of there's some more attention on them. It's growing, right? There's more talk about it in the community, and I think that they're really using that to kind of fuel themselves up.
We had Taylor Stewart on in the preseason, getting us set for it, and I talked about depth with these 2 teams. And you look at your lineup, you just added McKinnon for depth on the back end. But I like to talk goaltending and keeping the puck out of the net. I asked him about Hickey, Gladeau, like what kind of situation was going to be your first time being a starter for Hickey there, and he wasn't quite familiar with Gladeau. You've seen these 2 goalies; they're in the midst of a 9-1-1 start. Just talk about these 2 goaltenders kind of, I guess, maybe feeding off each other. And it obviously seems like it's more of a Hickey's the guy to go to, and Gladeau gets the odd start here and there.
Yeah, at the start of the year, I don't really think that they knew what they were going to do. They were just kind of going to go game to game and see who grabbed the crease, almost similar to what you saw last year after Hickey really kind of gave Rucha a run for his money in the first couple games or so. But just game for game, and then all of a sudden, Don's just really turned it on. He was top 5 in save percentage and goals against average. That's kind of dipped down a little bit now, but I mean, Don's been so much better this year, just with his angles especially. Like I kind of noticed last year at the Eastlink Center throughout the first little bit, there's a little bit of trouble whenever people were coming down the boards. You'd see a little bit too much of the net, and the goaltending coach with the Islanders, Paul Drew, he's great. He's done some really good work with Donald Hickey, and he's sharpened that up, and it's just the confidence that he's gotten. You start the season off with a big win, and then you get another win, and then 8 in a row. And it's kind of just keeping it going. And he lost the last one, 7th round of the shootout, where we didn't get any goals. So can't really blame him on that one in the shootout. He stopped 6 of 7, I think, or 5 of 6. But he's been really good. And then Vinny Gladeau, he's a guy who's been a little bit snake bitten, and you can't even blame him. His first, I think, 3 games, he let in one of the first 2 shots, and it was breakaway or it was bar down in between the defender's legs, and just kind of hard to get yourself going from there, especially whenever you're playing with a new team. You have so much pressure to kind of build it up on your own, but he's been solid as of late, and I think that it's exactly what the Islanders want. You got 2 guys who are the same age, and they're both battling, and I think that Gladeau still has it in his mind, and rightfully so, that he's a guy who can take this job from Hickey, and Hickey has that in his mind where, okay, I got to keep going here. So it's a little bit of a friendly competition, and I think it's been working out really good for them so far.
Yeah, and I mean, believe it or not, like we're less than 2 months away from the trade period, which is absolutely crazy. And
it's fast.
You know, if things are going the way they are in Charlottetown, you know, all indications is, you know, they're going to try to make a run at things here. The Wildcats were fortunate enough last year to, you know, land a hometown kid named Dylan Gill from the American Hockey League. And, you know, there just happens to be a 20-year-old from PEI in the AHL this year by the name of Cam Squires. just your thoughts. I know we're just kind of spitballing some maybe an idea here, but what would you think of Cam Squires on the Charlottetown Islanders post Christmas?
I think that it would be a great idea to get Cam Squires back. I can't really
don't say.
That's a pretty good idea. Maybe I'll have to call him after this and see what he thinks. But no, I think that it'd be great for the Islanders to get that to happen. It's a thing that we've needed over the years, is scoring. But I mean, you take a look, and we got Will Shields, who he has 7 goals in his last 4 games. Nathan Leak, he's been really strong as well. But I mean, adding Cam Squires, that's never a bad option at all. And I think that it'd be great. Maybe after Christmas, you're right. I think that he could mesh in really well. You get the line at Campbell, Squires, and Butler. The only thing is, who do you move out on the 20-year-old side of things now?
Yeah. That's kind of the thing where you got to make a move like that. And, you know,
we had to deal with that last year.
Yeah, Moncton had to make that sacrifice by moving out Johan Loshing last year, which, I mean, you look at a player like Loshing, like he was, you know, you take Loshing out of the lineup and upgrade him with Gill. But look, I think, with all respect to Nathan Leak, you take Nathan Leak out of the lineup and replace him with Cam Squires. That's a win.
Yeah, I mean, Leaker's been really good so far. It's kind of he's only been shut out for points twice this whole year in 13 games, so he's been Mr. Consistent. But then you compare him to Cam Squires, and it depends how fast Cam can get adjusted again. You know that he'll have that fire under him, but I mean, it's crazy to think that we're only 2 months away from the trade period.
And the other factor is, if you add Squires and take out Leak and you win, it was a great move, right? And I think if there's a coach like we had last year with Gardner that could do that, and there's a few in the queue, there's one in Chicoutimi, and obviously Jim Holton there. Just talk about, it's crazy. I think it was 5 years ago we talked about, is this team's course running with Jim Holton, because they were struggling early on in the year. Like, you know, he's been there for so long and this and that, and now they're back climbing to the mountaintop, and you've got a ton of scoring from all over your lineup. Just talk about how everyone's kind of bought into the Holton hockey there, and if this is a move that you could see him finally just realizing, we're getting national media, let's push it all in.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, it's kind of the saying of Jim Holton hockey, but hustle, hit, and don't quit. And that's kind of exactly what we've been doing. And you're right. I mean, it's all up and down the lineup. Uri Jonas Durko, he's been really strong for us. You take a look, Rowan Walsh, the hometown kid, he got his first the other day. Dusky's been lighting it up as of late. I think he has 4 points in his last 5 games, playing on the 3rd and 4th line. So we're getting it up and down. And then you take a look on the point, last D pairing, Nicky Voyaga and Emil Alexandro Lemieux Goupil. And Lemieux Goupil leads the team in plus minus. He's at a +9 right now as an NHL draft eligible player. And he's not a guy who gets a whole lot of points, but he's just steady back there. Voyaga brings the physicality. Lemieux Goupil can do that as well. But they just get pucks deep, then they bring it back up to the point, fire it on, and the 4th line so good in front of the net that it's been working out great for them.
Yeah, hard to believe what a year of Junior A will do for you in the case of Lemieux Goupil, right?
Only half a year for Goops.
Yeah. On just an unbelievable development. His trajectory is on the rise here. But one guy we're familiar with is obviously Dylan McKinnon. Will make his return back to Moncton, and I know he's only been with you guys for a few games, but just what have you seen from him? The bum, as he's known, I think, around in Moncton. I'm not sure if he's known as the same thing in Charlottetown yet, but what have you seen from DMAC here the first few games?
First off, I've not heard him been called the bum yet, but I'll ask him about that. A little bit of a shameless plug, but I'm getting him on for our intermission interview on Friday. I'll be doing that game with George, so we'll get him on in the first intermission. I'll probably talk to him earlier on in the day, but he's great. He reminds me a lot of Max Jardine, but just a little bit more polished, a little bit more smooth. And he loves to throw the body. We've seen it on the back end with Voyaga, as I mentioned, a little bit from Goupil, Brady Pett as well. But Dylan McKinnon, he's made some really big hits. And just whenever he has the puck, there's no panic from him. He's all right to take his time, wait. He's not afraid to go up the middle. He can pick his time when he goes up the middle. Very rarely turned over. And it's just kind of the poise that he has, the vision that he has. There's not too many mistakes. He plays a really polished game.
Yeah, he was my wife's favorite player last year. She never wanted to fight him, but she always wanted him behind her so that he could be her enforcer with his toughness. We'll talk about your other team here. There's a couple Wildcats prospects on there. Simon Mullen, Alex Hendry. I guess just Alex is new to that team. Simon's been there, captain, leader of this Summerside Capitals that are hosting the Nationals there. Just kind of speak to those two players and what you've seen early on from Simon and Alex. Yeah,
so Mulls, first off, so happy to have him back. We missed him last year and the year before. It was kind of a fluke. We got him in the trade from Truro, and he played one period, and he dislocated his shoulder, maybe his collarbone, and he was out until the second round of the playoffs, came right back in, didn't skip a beat, double overtime winner in the finals. So really nice to have him back. And, I mean, he's been lighting it up back there. I mean, he's exactly what you want. Played with former Sea Dog Matt McLean on the first pairing for a little bit. And now with Hendry coming in, they've actually played together for the past game or so. They've been on the road as of late, so I haven't seen them. But Hendry's a really nice defenseman too. I like him. He has some size, 6'4", I believe, over 200 pounds, and he's only 07, so he could easily make the Wildcats team next year. You talk about Gardner. Gardner likes to win, and I think that Hendry would have a pretty good shot at making the team next year. But he's just so good at making the outlet pass, and he knows when to jump up in the rush too. Everybody knows with Summerside, at least, I know all players' games can change depending on the level, but Mullen's never afraid to jump up into the rush, and it's kind of the same with Hendry. They do a good job of when one's going, the other doesn't. And they have a really good give and take right now. So kind of a Wildcats D-line right now for the first pairing for the Caps, but it's been working out really good.
We'll take it. That's how that rolls. All right, man. We will not be in the booth with you on the weekend, as we will be home watching the Blue Jays. We really wanted to on Friday. Yeah, they're in Charlottetown.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't have a home game.
Hey, we'll have it on the intermission. They'll be on in the intermission.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, really appreciate you taking the time to do this. When you're talking to Dylan, ask if he's got a championship tattoo yet.
Okay.
See if he's got one of those.
He's pretty tatted.
Yeah. He's
I
pretty
know.
tatted.
I've been told he's got the arms, the chest. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So see if he's got one of those. Yeah, but man, really appreciate you taking the time, and good luck on Friday and the rest of the year. And we'll have to do this again on the trade deadline if you're up for it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, and maybe we'll see you in Summerside in May too for some Centennial Cup.
It's a possibility.
We know a guy now.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, exactly.
we got connections now.
Yeah, that's all that matters. All right, Luke, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Talk to you
later.
Hey,
fans, did you just enjoy that video and you want more content just like that? It's real simple. Like and subscribe to the Wildcats Podcast YouTube page. Each and every week we have a podcast. We do interviews post-game after each and every home game. Sometimes we go on the road. We do interviews as well. You want to click that bell so you don't miss any content in case we go live. Again, like and subscribe to the Wildcats Podcast YouTube page, and thanks for watching.